Hello everyone and welcome. Today it's time for part 3 of my comprehensive look at plus 10 units obtainable with Heroic Grails. Last time we checked out the first half of the GHB units. Today we're covering the back half, plus our newest GHB, Gharnef. Gharnef is a red infantry mage. His stats are decent. Like Fallen Takumi, Gharnef's gimmick is a start of turn 3 damage effect from his weapon, the Imhalu. On turn 3, non-magical enemies within 5 columns centered on Gharnef take 5 damage and lose the ability to counterattack for 1 turn. Functionally, this can be used to punch a hole into a scary Aether Raid defense, PvE map, or anything else really. It's a skill testing ability, and one that is quite fun to play with. You don't need Gharnef to be plus 10 for that effect to be useful. He's perfectly fine at plus 0, and you don't need to consume Grails for him unless you absolutely love his concept or art. Lloyd at plus 10 is better than he first appears. Despite his weird stats and awkward weapon, Lloyd is an effective unit. He's one of the best users of Sorcery Blade thanks to his Refine, and his combined high speed and high res make him a natural mage and dragon slayer. Like most units, Lloyd is forced to pick a role with his ace skill and then ignore the other options available. Fortunately, because you are running Lloyd alongside a mage, he isn't as reliant on distant counter as you might think. Someone else can just do that job. Leon is a bog-standard TA Raven mage. His stats are comparable to Sophia, but Sophia is more readily available and can be specialized with IVs. Aether Raids have given TA Ravens a new lease on life, and in Leon's case, keeping him at plus 0 is just fine. I do think he will get a Refine at some point though, so hopefully that boost will give him the edge that he needs. Michaelis is a great unit with strong potential at plus 10, especially with the release of Steady Stance 4. In a lot of ways, he's Baruka, but Michaelis trades the obscene bulk out for more reliable and harder hitting specials. At plus 10 with a solid build, Michaelis is a potent mobile threat, able to bring a lot of power and positional utility to his team. As a bonus, he has a lot of reruns too, so if you've snagged every copy, he'll be relatively cheap to plus 10. Narcian is, well, kind of a joke unit. With 3 stats with bases below 30 at plus 0, Narcian just doesn't do enough to really justify investment. That said, if you like difficult projects, Narcian might be the unit for you. Navarre is 1 refine short of greatness. With 31-37 offenses, he fits the standard Myrmidon mold. With Wrath, a Slaying Edge, or a Wodao, he can do enough damage to get the job done and can be hard to kill. Navarre is similar to units like Longku and Athena in the common pool. If you want a plus 10 red sword, consider looking at them first. Then, if you really like the archetype, I would recommend investing in a more premium unit like Mia or Brave Celica. Oliver has an interesting stat line. With 32 attack and 20 speed at plus 0, Oliver relies a lot on QR to secure kills, restricting his power to the enemy phase. With his high defense and res boosted further by the DD9 build, Oliver can put in a lot of work in Aether Raids by disarming multi-range traps. That said, Mei does what Oliver does too, except with higher speed, higher attack, and access to IVs. If you don't value Oliver's base defense, just use Mei instead. Female Robin is male Robin, but green. She does the exact same things just as well. Like Narcian, her bases are a little too low to be impressive, but at least Green Mage is much more valuable as a TA Raven, thanks to Reinhardt and Brave Lyn. Sias is a blue ploy mage. Although he's outclassed by other mages in almost every category, his most direct competitor, Lute, is 5-star exclusive. Sias doesn't do anything new or unexpected, so if you want a blue Arvis, albeit one without the recover ring, he's a reasonable long-term investment. Ursula has had better days, but her 29-32 base offenses are still okay for a Blade Tome Cavalier. She has terrible physical bulk and high magical bulk for a Gen 1 Mage Knight given her speed. There isn't too much else to say about Ursula. La Rochelle and Reinhardt give her a lot of competition, and she doesn't have many standout advantages beyond her effectively unique blue wolf tome. Walter is straightforward, but that makes him a great plus 10. There just aren't many mixed phase blue flyers with good physical bulk. Although his personal weapon hasn't aged very well, Walter may get a refine at some point, and if he does, he'll be one of the best blue free units around. Walhart with merges is outstanding. His stats are well allocated, and thanks to his personal weapon, even his mediocre base speed can become useful. Walhart might look like Frederick, but he plays like Eldigan. a big tanky bruiser that can charge into the enemy and emerge damaged but victorious. Zander, for most of 2018, had completely fallen out of the hero's metagame. His stats were too low, and his combined speed and res, in particular, were basically unacceptable for a unit using distant counter. You could patch him up with distant defense or TA, but it didn't go very far. Now though, I think Zander can make a comeback. His stats are still a little unimpressive, but with the introduction of Fortress Defense Res and Steady Stance 4, enemy phase Cavaliers and Flyers got a lot better and can do good work again. Finally, our last Grand Hero Battle unit is Zephiel. Zephiel has one of the most mid-max stat allocations in the game, despite his Gen 1 status. He has a lower attack than most armors do, but his mixed bulk is truly incredible. At plus 10, Zephiel is nothing short of a walking fortress. Although Zephiel will always get doubled, you can just give him a fighter skill to cover that up. Wary is in his base kit, but if you're going all out, I think I would give him Vengeful. Overall, I think the back half of the GHB units reinforces my view from Part 2. GHB characters are, in general, quirky and fun in a way that TT units aren't. Of this bunch, I think Zephiel, Walhart, Valter, and Michaelis deserve special mention. They're good at plus 0, but all 4 of them can become amazing at plus 10. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please consider leaving a like or subscribing. You can find me on Twitter at ThyreThunderYT, so feel free to send me cool stuff or just drop by to say hello. As always, I hope to see you next time. Take care.